Well, the boys have done you a big favour, haven't they?
They certainly have. Being out for 3 weeks, I guess the first 2 weeks, just being home and away season, probably knowing that we're going to make finals weren't as important as Saturday night. But Saturday night, I was very nervous going into the game and driving there and knowing that I was helpless to help the boys. So they've done me a massive favour, and now I'm pretty excited.
What sort of a spectator are you?
A terrible one. I was lucky enough to sit in the box with the coach, so I couldn't say too much. Otherwise, I probably would have been a few swear words might have been coming out of my mouth if I was sitting in the crowd. But no, I was pretty quiet in the box and just sitting back, taking it all in. And as I said, you feel so helpless. All the work's done during the week, and it's up to the boys on game day.
Is there almost a feeling of guilt sometimes if you're out suspended and you're sitting in the box and things aren't going your team's way?
Yeah, I think there's guilt anyway, regardless of the situation of the scoreboard. Knowing that your body is able, you're not injured, so you haven't got a broken arm sitting there knowing you can't play. You're suspended knowing that your body is 100% right, ready to go, and you can't play and help the team. So that was my biggest thing. I just felt helpless, like I've said.
At half time, did you think the season's over?
No, I never think season's over. We were down by a fair bit. The second quarter wasn't great. The start wasn't great, but knowing the willpower that the boys have and the emotion at half time, knowing that they could still come back, I think it was 33 points was the biggest margin. Always have faith in the group to be able to come back for sure.
Scott said he's going to game one on the field and lose one in the coach's box. What sort of stuff were you saying? What sort of
Very happy with. I'm happy losing one in the coach's box and gaining one on the field. No, it's probably more the input that I have was more based around the players, how tired they would be when they come off. Just all little things that the coaches haven't felt, or Brad hasn't played for a few years now. So just the stuff from the players' point of view, but nothing over the top.
It's turned into a real positive now. You coming back, hasn't it? I mean, it was such a negative for 3 weeks, but coming from 33 points down without you, now they get you as an added bonus going into Geelong. Yeah,
well, my body feels good. I've had 3 weeks off, done a little bit of extra running. But that's about it, so I'm fresh. Hopefully I can contribute. My role will be to come into the team and just play my role. There's nothing special about it, and if I can do that and do it well, and I've got 21 teammates that do that well as well, we think we're a big chance.
Is it something of a blessing to actually sit in the box and observe?
Yeah, it is. It's hard to explain, but the little things that the coaches worry about, as a player, you don't think they would. You think a good kick or a good goal would be the main focus, but it's all the little things that the coaches focus on. So that will certainly be in the back of my mind on Friday night.
Seems like all the players knew on the weekend that Essendon were a slow finishing team. Geelong's been very similar this week. Does that give you confidence that you can overrun them as well?
Well, hopefully we're not in a position to be a close game and have to worry about it. But it does. We know that we're finishing well. We don't really care too much about the opposition in terms of how they finish games or how they start games, as long as we can control what we got control over. We started slow, so that's a negative, but the positive is that we really ran over the top of them in the second half, and you see Daniel Wells and Levi Greenwood and these type of guys come to rise to the top. It's very good to see for our football club.
How do you explain the difference between your second and third quarters? Seems a problem all year.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a problem. I can't explain it. Otherwise, I'd be sitting up with Scotty a little bit more often, I think. But we're just got to get the starts right. We know that we're a good finishing team. If we can get the starts right, well, we're going to be a good team, aren't we? So we just got to iron out those. And, we've been speaking about inconsistencies all year, and that's one of them. So we've got to iron that out before this week.
What's it mean to you personally? I mean, at this stage of your career, to be on the big stage on a Friday night in September?
Well, this is what we play football for. I think Brad said to us during the week the 22 home and away games are qualifiers, and we qualified 6. So we get an opportunity to play in September, and the fact that I wasn't there really, really dug deep. So now I want to repay the boys. I want to repay the football club, our supporters, and everybody to do with the North Melbourne Footy Club. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Have you been this hungry in a long time?
No, because the last final I played a couple of years ago, we got beaten pretty much in the first half. So, and I haven't played a lot of finals since 2007. So like I said, September, the grass is freshly cut, smells nice. This is what we play football for, and to put your best foot forward in the finals in September is certainly what I want to do, and that's like a game. That's what we play for. So.
It's the only team you haven't beaten at finished above you. Brett, do you go back and look through those last 2 games, or what it is exactly about the Geelong makeup that you've struggled with?
The coaches will do that for sure, and they'll supply us with enough information to go on the computers during the week and have a look at that. We'll do a thorough review of how they beat us last time. And there'll be no stone unturned. Don't worry about that. We're confident. After the weekend, we won our first final. It's anybody's ball game in the final, so we're excited.
It's a bit of a monkey off the back for the club winning a final, and you can play with that sort of freedom you seem to play with in the second half. Where in the first half on the weekend, you looked a bit scared to take the game on.
Yeah, I'm not sure about monkey off the back. I think the inexperience that we did have in finals. I think you can go back and maybe Wells, Petrie, Ferrito, maybe a couple of more in 2007 were there, but Cunnington, Bassanak, Zeeble, these type of guys have only played the one final in Perth, and we got beaten up pretty easily and pretty early as well. So to walk away with a win is massive experience for our boys. Don't know about the monkey off the back, but the experience of just that first final in front of 79,000 people at the MCG, the boys said it was the loudest crowd they've ever played in front of. So just that experience for those boys, they'll take that into the next week for sure.
In that context, how important is Del Sano's presence been?
Yeah. You see, I think he got off to a fairly good start. He took the tag on Saturday night. Daniel Wells gets off the leash. So, and just these presence around the football club during the week, knowing I think he's played 18 or 19 finals. For our young guys, a draw on his experience was absolutely sensational. And I've seen him talking to all the young guys about the preparation and the national anthem, all the little things that come with finals, and just embracing the whole situation. So Nick's influence on the weekend was huge. I think he only had his 15 or 16 touches, but there was a lot more than that for our football club.
But Geelong not quite the daunting prospect they were. Do you think they're quite the same team that they have been for 7 or 8 years?
I think they're a good team. I think they finished second or third on the ladder, and equal points with the top of the ladder, or one game behind them, whatever it was. I think they're an outstanding outfit, and they have been for a very, very long time. Are they as good as they were 3 or 4 years ago? I'm not too sure. We'll find out on Friday night.
For you to come in, it means heartbreak for someone else being a final. Just will you sit them down and chat with them? I suppose whoever does go out for you to take their spot.
Yeah, it's that's something that happens in finals every week. The daunting, I guess, the thing that the coach has to deliver the message, but somebody does have to go out of the team. And whether it's 1 change or 2 changes or 3, I'm not too sure. We've got a couple of other guys who are up for selection as well. So it will be disappointing for somebody, no doubt. And as a leader of the football club, regardless whether it's me coming into the football team, I would definitely have a chat with him.
Daniel Wells didn't play in the first couple of games against the Cats this year. Brent, obviously a pretty handy addition.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen the way he broke the lines on Saturday night. His polished ball use is something that we've lacked a little bit this year. So I'm thrilled to be playing with Wellsy, Del Sano. Swallows had since he's come back, he's been fantastic. Cunnington, Zeeble, everybody's starting to play their role really, really well now. So it's definitely good to have Daniel Wells out there with us for sure.
Is there anything stuck in your head in particular from the last time you guys played Geelong in terms of what didn't work, what went wrong?
No, not really. Not that I can think off my feet anyway. I think they've got a lot of talented players going through the midfield, going forward. Stokes, Motlop, these type of guys. So probably the speed maybe is the biggest thing for them. And like we just mentioned, we get Daniel Wells back, who wasn't playing last time against them. So you add Daniel Wells into our team, that certainly puts a little bit of speed back into our team. So maybe a little bit even match now. Brownie lost his goal-kicking competition. The bet was to shave your head if you lost, or you can pay to get out. And I think Brownie will probably pay to get out. It certainly won't. He won't be shaving it before Friday night anyway, so don't worry.
How much is the fine?
I'm not too sure what the boys come up with, but I didn't come up with it. No, the boys come up with it, and it's enough to. He can pay. It's easy. He's been playing a lot of senior football now, so we can afford it.
What would you do, Bernard?
Look at Mike. I'll shave my head for sure. No worries.
The fact you didn't.
For him to bob up, kick those goals at a very important time.
First year player at our football club, absolutely amazing. I think he's only played a handful of games, but he has been absolutely tremendous. The way he works with Drew and Aaron Black in the forward line as our 3 talls, I got nothing for praise, but praise for Brownie. He's come in. His work rate is absolutely sensational. He's a great set shot for goal. He does the little things that the coach cares about, and that's why he's getting a game. But he's going to be a good player for a long time at our football club.
So his performance on the weekend can't save him from the shape. I mean, he's almost turned the final around.
Yeah,
he's still going to do it.
I know. I'd like to give him a leave pass, but I don't think that happens at our football club.
History says that the losing qualifying finalist always beats the elimination finalist. Why do you think that you can buck that trend this week?
Because I think we're a good team, and I don't think history has anything to do with it in finals football anymore. You got two teams, you got 22 players that will go out and compete like there's no tomorrow, because the reality is there is no tomorrow. So we'll go out and we'll put our best foot forward. We'll play some really good football, hopefully some better football than Geelong, and that's what will get us over the line.
Just the fact that you've had those wins over top 4 teams earlier on in the year give you confidence that you can match it with them on the big stage?
I think it does. I think the fact that we've made the finals, we've won our first final, we've beaten a lot of good teams, that will certainly show that we're capable of beating the good teams, and Geelong are certainly one of them. So we'll be having a crack, guys. We'll be having a big crack.
Thanks,
Good work. Thanks.